their roster definitely does change things. And KEiiiii had a great game. The issue is, I feel like a lot of people around him didn't, and there was a lot of struggle. When you have the likes of Tomiko and KEiiiii not really doing too well, I think it really does. For eyeballers, I see them taking this map. If peppzorlul, Shine, and KEiiiii can continue, then it should be happy days for them. And well, the game is live. We're into the pistol round. Eyeballers on that CT side. They cannot hold down the B bomb site well enough. Never mind, I take it back. Shine puts it into 3 versus 2. They don't have a kit, so with this bomb down, it does add some time pressure. The flank, will it be found out? I'm pretty sure they do know about him. And well, in a flurry of frags, in a 3 versus 2, Minio and KEiiiii, they join together, link arms, and get the first round for 9.
A little bit chaotic there, but KEiiiii walk away with exactly what they wanted from that round, which is a round win. And it doesn't matter that they lost a few players in the exchange, because it was the pistol round. So who really cares? A little bit of extra cash available for KEiiiii and Tomiko, because they're the ones that got the kills. So they're going to be feeling happy with that. A little bit more of a spend for them. They can spread the wealth around a little bit. For eyeballers, it is going to be a force-up here. That is a questionable decision. We'll see if it pays off.
Yeah, it's always an interesting one, and they've got 3 players over towards the A bomb site right now. 1 is boosted up, so if either of KEiiiii or Narot do push their way up, they will get caught off guard. However, that's a really bad start. Shine over-aggressing. That's always going to be... That's something you always question. Like, you've got to set up on the A bomb site. You just have to hold sturdy in mid and B, and they instantly give up an opening kill. And for 9, they now also realize it's going to be a full buy, or a force rather, so they're going to be aware of these MP9s. Sapek is going to be found out over in sandbags, but peppzorlul saves his life. We're back into a 4 versus 4, but once again, mid is in the hands of 9, and Minio has full control.
Looks like they're going to start heading back towards this B site again. They had some pretty good success on it in the previous round, but KEiiiii is on an island currently. JW, however, will bring favor back over to the eyeballers now as they start to flood the site. They don't even wait for the bomb to even start going down, instead rushing out like absolute mad lads. They bring it down to a 1 versus 1. Tomiko heavily favored in this. More HP, rifle in hand. Sapek has to make miracles happen here with an MP9. And Tomiko's going to play a little bit of time here. Knows he's got a bit to work with. Got to start the bomb. Sapek around the corner. And he can't connect the shots. Tomiko with a great clutch to bring 9 their second.
That smoke down kind of scared me for a second, because as soon as he placed that smoke, it allows Sapek to just inch his way forward and actually get closer. And even though Sapek was kind of aware that it might be a tap, a great read from Tomiko, a great clutch, and that's exactly what 9 needed to get onto a second. But because it got so close, eyeballers will actually be forcing up once again. They know the money's bad for 9, and it's not the decision that a lot of IGLs will make, but Shine has called for it. They've got 4 MP9s, they've got an A1S, and now, for me, the aim of the game is just don't give up an opening kill straight away.
Ooh, a nice little chunky AG there. 9 going to be happy with that one. Trying to go in aggressive eyeballers. And 9 just do not care. They hold the line and they just absolutely mow down these eyeballers players that are trying to get an early advantage by taking the aggressive angles. They're giving themselves a player advantage here. Shine will be good for 1. Hiding around the corner there. Oh, gets the second as well. That's a little bit uncalled for. Already brought to a 2 versus 2. This should have been an easy 9 win. Eyeballers keep up the pressure. Oh, no. Jump up absolutely deleted. And Shine's last one left alive. He's been good for 2 already. But the bomb is in Narnia. Okay, it's just met up. He's back. He's ready. He's here. You're going to hold the line. Shine on very low HP. We've seen this before. And unfortunately, it's just another example of 9 clutching it out. But these rounds have been expensive.
And also just confusing. 9 in a 5 versus 3, you have eyeballers pushing both extremities at the same time. You have the B bomb site being given up because of a just a solo player being aggressive, trying to take the space with the MP9, gets caught off guard. In the meantime, I think it was Sapik that pushed down Gap. Him and his fellow teammate Gap both got naded for 50 straight away, so that was already a pretty bad start and a great start for 9. But you're in that 5 versus 3, and it somehow gets into it was a 3 versus 2 at one stage, but then when they get that into that 2 versus 2, I have no idea what Peps was doing, just jumping up on headshot. He should have been playing and waiting for his team to come connect, who was very, very close, and well, that's the round gone away. And now on this low buy, Eyeballers, they're not anticipating too much. They did just get 1 kill with 3 players on that A bomb site, and as the bomb gets retrieved, let's see if Eyeballers can hit a headshot with Heap's Deagle, or maybe just save this AK that's on Shine.
Love some of the bait plays. Oh, Heap! Oh god. Shine saves his life there. That was very spaghetti. But he does manage to live. Unfortunately, Heap will eventually get taken down. And Shine, again, finds himself the last man standing. Rifle in hand. Trying to find a spot if he can. Knows the bomb's going down, but can't really do too much from this angle. Is he just going to get rotated in on? Oh my god! Bamboosh doesn't even check it. That's yet another free kill here for Shine. Molotov. See if he can get an extra little kill there. But unfortunately, he's all alone. He has to fend off 2 players. He's good for 1. Can he get 1 more? He doesn't have a kit, so he's going to have to try and either stick this or make a miracle happen. And KEiiiii knows that all he has to do is chill. All he has to do is chill! And as Shine walks up on him, he gets the headshot.
Okay, that got far too scary. I said Shine, the best he can do is maybe just save that AK, but he does so much work with it. And honestly, those 4 kills he got in total, the 3 with the AK, does so much damage to 9, and they're not going to be sitting too comfortable with their economy. So Eyeballers, even though they are 4-0 down, they've done so much work to keep this quite close and very competitive. I still believe that if they win this round, they have that momentum.
Nice little bit of chunky util early on, trying to clear out these angles. Great bit of stall here from Eyeballers to deny 9 that space up ramp, which they've really been enjoying. I think this is the right call to make. Make sure that they can't take that for free and force them to have to slow down a little bit. Eyeballers themselves here still have a slight advantage. But this aggressive play towards ramp, Heat spots 1, he makes the right call, he backs off, he calls for reinforcements, but no, he turns back around, and it's Shine and JW together who trade him out. 9 not being given the opportunity to plant here. Some smokes come through. It's going to give them a little bit of sideline cover, but it's so back and forth. Tamiko will wide swing, but he'll get completely shut down. 1 versus the world here. KEiiiii, good for 1, good for the second! That was way too close, but peppzorlul will stop it in its tracks. Seems we may have lost Freddy again, so...
All right, yeah, what a great use with the USP. Like, I don't know how KEiiiii's done that. That first kill, just so snappy, so quick, so good. And then onto peppzorlul, almost. But that round, for me, comes in with the rotations, because they had a mid-player 9, and that was putting so much pressure on Shine. They had a smoke as well to allow them to crunch up mid, but JW coming in to negate that mid push saved them the round, and then that allowed Shine to survive, and it allowed them to maintain so much space. So he's my MVP of the round. And 9, well, they do lose the first 2 opening picks, but hang on a second, they trade them back, and then we're in a 2 versus 2.
It really is the Wild West in this matchup. We saw it on Overpass. We're seeing it again. Just absolute guns blazing from start to finish. It's been battle of the aggressors. But now we slow down. 2 versus 2. As 9 start to creep their way over towards this B bomb site. Bambosh is going to play tip of the spear. He's going to try and be baited for his teammate. Kind of a little bit far away from him to trade. Oh, but Bambosh lives, and that's massive. They've brought it down to a 2 versus 1. And Shine has a little bit of information, but not very much. He knows that there's 2 here. He knows that they could have pushed up. He knows that Bambosh might have picked up a gun, but he doesn't know whether he has or hasn't. He doesn't have all of the information he would like, so he has to creep. He has to check the angles. He's good for the first. The swing is good. And KEiiiii will shut it down. It's another ridiculously expensive round for Nine, but it's another round in the bag.
Yeah, this is a very bizarre start of the game where every single round seems to be coming down to 1v1s. But yeah, that round, 3 versus 5, basically for eyeballers. They don't throw any util towards ramp apart from maybe a flash or two, and they just dry swing with no smoke at the bottom. When you have the utility, and when 9 had basically nothing, and they had tech 9s on some players, I would be thinking that you play with your util. You at least put down those smokes, but that's not the case. Great awareness from Shine in that 1 versus 2. He reads it perfectly. But unfortunately the setup was just too strong, and KEiiiii does really well. He's 14-3 right now. My god, if he continues this form, then I'm not sure what eyeballers can do. And they've got a half buy. It is strong, so there's not too much expectations in this round, but as we go into round 8, it should be a full buy for eyeballers, and they need to really start just getting anything going.
Well, Shine's going to kick things off with a nice little opener there. They'll be happy with that one. But, I mean, neither of these teams has been really good at taking advantage. It generally tends to get a little bit wibbly-wobbly towards the mid-round. And this has caused a little bit of a pause from Nine as they reassess. And that gives eyeballers so much time to take the space down towards ramp. However, it looks like Nine are going to be posturing for another B hit. B has been so easy for them to take control of round after round. And now there's just 2 players. As we see Heap rotating in to try and hold the line here. They haven't spotted out Shine. Oh, but the flick from Bambosh is good. peppzorlul will trade. But we're down so low here. Eyeballers keeping this so competitive. Still have the numbers advantage here. One player isolated from the rest of his team. And KEiiiii also isolated away. And how have eyeballers gone and stolen that round?
Honestly, perfect play, perfect read, perfect timings. As soon as the A bomb site gets evacuated from 9, they double push down, and they are instantaneously in position. Really well done from, I think it was Sapek and Shine. In the meantime, I did get a... Oh, so Sapek was on the B-bomb site. I think it was peppzorlul and Shine. I did get a little bit scared when Sapek died instantly on that B-bomb site. But really well done. They had the perfect read. They had the perfect timings. And 9 were none the wiser. Now, this flips the script completely. I was looking towards around 8 eyeballs. But now, they're in the driving seat. However, the Tech 9s, may I add the Rec 9s, Minio, the IGL, take matters into his own hand and just goes and annihilates 2. They trade out that final player on the A-bomb side. Bomb will go down. 4 versus 2. Well, eyeballers once again kind of throwing this one away.
Well, Navrat dying there to that Molotov means that this is still recoverable for eyeballers. Now, bearing in mind, they don't have a kit, which is spicy, to say the least. So this is going to have to be, I don't know, I didn't check. Maybe one had earlier on in the round, and so it needs to be recovered. I'm unsure. Oh man, spotted out one player on the cross. Nice little shot from Heap. Time is ticking away. Shine gonna have to touch. He's gonna try and stick it. The Tech 9 is not connecting. He hits onto Heap, hits onto Shine, and the defuse cannot come through. That is an illegal round for 9 to win, but they're gonna be happy with it.
Trading out back-to-back just ridiculous rounds seems to be the theme of this game so far. There was a kit actually down on, I think it was the, so it was the final player that died in that round. When the third player, when the A bomb site was executed, it was just by gap to the right of them. So that kit could have been picked up quite easily, and that's when you need communication from the players that are dead to come through. But yeah, 9, the Rec 9s, they charge up the A bomb site. They do their job perfectly. Minio is just right in their face, doesn't miss a beat, and you know what? Who cares about momentum and having some sort of consistency, because we're back in a position where 9 have the advantage, but eyeballers still with the economy, because they won a gun round they shouldn't have won, where they only had 2k. They have money for an ult, they have money for the A1Ss, and let's see if they can make this work, as the B bomb site seems to be the point of attack.
Feels like B is home to 9, or at least they hope it is. Molotov gonna force Heap off of his position. Does a ton of damage on the out though, but he is just eating damage here. A Shine will die to the Molotov. Minio, an absolute force to be reckoned with, rushes straight up the stairs, gets 2, gives the numbers advantage over to his team. they still haven't taken control of the space here. Need to be weary. JW is here with an AWP. He is spotted, forced off of his position now. Gonna have to back away. And that is a free sight for 9 as KEiiiii just continues to dominate. 2 players left alive here. EyeBall has possibly just thrown this away entirely. They get their first kill of the round, but the AWP has hightailed it back to Narnia, not looking to get involved in this conflict. And they might just have to go for the save here. Maybe an exit frag or 2, but there's no way they push this.
What? No way.
Never mind, JK.
Yeah. But, like, even with that push, like, peppzorlul goes in by himself with JW holding a really deep angle. I was going to say, even if they tried to save, it might be a little bit difficult because they know that KEiiiii is over on that A-bomb site. So they were maybe tentative of that, and they were correct to be so tentative. But yeah, JW, dead man walking. There is no chance that he wins this. And honestly, I got to give props to 9 for that. Wait, what? How has JW evaded his pursuers like this? No way. Okay, and he gets the kill. Fair enough. Honestly, I'll give him that. He saves York. Quite impressive from him. He's done something quite magical there. But what I do want to mention is the great util usage from 9. They just put a carpet of fire and flames over on that B bomb site, and it basically gets them all the kills. They put 2 Molotovs down. They put 1 towards Wood. That gets the kill onto Shine and forces him in the open. And then Heap as well over on the back of on default. I'm not quite sure what happened because he died to 100 HP on the Molotov. I'm not sure if they put a Molotov on default and back white, but whatever they did, he died to a Molotov while moving away from default for 100. And even though there was a great flashbang to try and give them the advantage, that gets swindled. And now EyeBallers, well, this should be a simple round loss for them. And 9, they're going to be going up to 8 rounds. We've seen them in an 8 round, an advantage on 8 rounds before. So I don't want to count my chickens too early. Count my eggs too early.
Yeah, that being said, no, it's count your chickens. It's eggs in one basket.
That's
that being said, EyeBallers on the CT side only getting 2. I mean, they clawed back from an 8-4 deficit on Overpass when they moved to their own CT side. This feels like a very different ball game, and that's assuming they can even get those next 2 rounds after this. As currently, I mean, this is probably the cleanest round 9 has had so far. Most of the rounds that they've won, even though they've won them, they've come out not unscathed, having lost a lot of manpower in the process. And even here, still losing 1. peppzorlul is going to yoink that AK. See if he can hold on to it. But yeah, not a completely completely uneconomically damaging round. I don't know what word I was looking for there.
I think that actually made sense, kind of. I get what you meant, though. But yeah,
as long as you get what I mean.
Yeah, like, I agree. This is, I think, the first round where we haven't seen it go down to a 2-1 versus X or whatever. And on top of that, KEiiiii has just upgraded himself to 21 frags now. He's 21-5 on going into round 11. He was literally one of the players I called out after map 1 and was like, look, you didn't do too great for a very highly talented individual. You're very good mechanically. Well, he goes and sits on 200 ADR. So I guess, you know what? Fair enough. He's having a great performance, and he's carrying his team single-handedly through this one. Yes, he hasn't been the one that's won every single round. Like, you look at Minio with the double Tech 9 entry and stuff like that. But he's been definitely a big part of their success. And now, in the penultimate round of the half, the guns are back out, and Shine, ooh, you need to be careful here, because he could be peeking into the AWP, but he evades the AWPer, knows about the player underneath him, just jumped on him, Assassin's Creed style. Bam Bosch has no idea what's happened, and in a blink of an eye, 3 kills from 3 different individuals on 2 extremities of the map gives EyeBallers a very luxurious advantage. That Shine supplements even further, and well, whatever just happened, that's immaculate.
You're like, Bam Bosch has no idea what happened. I barely know what happened. That was some serious, like, Assassin's Creed, Mirror's Edge, parkour down the ramp, get in behind them completely unseen. And the fact that his teammate is then able to get the kill in onto the AWP as well, which really should not have happened. I mean, that was really nuts. And what was really odd about it is, I mean, it's one of those rare rounds that 9 don't take an aggressive stance. they've taken a lot of early ramp control and then very often kind of pivoted back towards that B site. And it's one of the few times we don't see that aggression coming through. And Eyeballers do a great job of shutting it down. Minyo from Sandbags, not cleared at all. First kill of the round here. The Molotov to take out Tamiko. The follow through from Sapek onto Navrot through the wall. And now there's only 2 players left. I mean, this is all just falling apart for 9 at the end. And honestly, where the hell was this Eyeballers for the first 8 rounds of this half? Like,
Yeah. I was gonna say,
I'm
it's
flabbergasted.
it's very reminiscent of Overpass, because we should be going into second half with Eyeballers clutching up these final few rounds, making it a 4-8 half, and can history repeat itself after this break?
Those who do not learn from history, Freddy, are doomed to repeat it. It's an 8-4 half. I know, right? In favor of 9. Very similar. In fact, the exact same scoreline that we had on Overpass. Now Eyeballers start on their T side and have to try and relive that history if they can. 9 looking to put a stop to it and get themselves their first map in this series, take us over to Anubis, and give themselves one more lifeline. See if Eyeballers can make this happen for themselves. A very slow push so far in towards the B site. Not a sound made across the map. looking to take that early control. And for the moment, B is free and clear. It is completely free real estate.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a retake. Bambosh has to do very well here just to survive. Like, if he dies here, that's going to put a very big stain on the round. And, well, it's not even him. It's his rotators. Tamiko falls to the grave. And speaking of Bambosh, he's still alive and he's still snapping heads. Unfortunately, there's just too many players on his screen to deal with. And now we head into a 1 versus 3 after peppzorlul just goes absolutely nuclear. He gets identified. And even though he has had over 280 yards going into this half, he's not Superman.
Still a nice little 3k for himself there. He is also chilling quite comfortably on 16 and 8. Not quite K's 21 and 8, but, you know.
Still very good, nonetheless.
Respectable, you know.
Only a 2 KD, God.
Yeah, imagine having a 2 KD. Could not be me. I'm lucky if I've got a 0.2.
Double neck club here.
Truly. 007 got nothing on me.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I feel like a broken record because it's the exact... okay, yeah, this should be an easy round. Okay. Sapek cleans them up with 3, but... Okay, this was scary for a second. You know, Bambosh with that lovely 5-7 kill at the beginning. But my point that I made over on Overpass, if you can reflect back to when this literally exact scenario happened, the same point stands. Momentum being shifted. EyeBallers won some quite clutch rounds towards the end of that first half, and now they're in a position where they won the pistol. If they win the first gun round, everything changes. A nice attempt now out there with the Zeus, but we have to keep a very close eye on this first gun round, because if EyeBallers are able to win it, then we see the exact same thing as Overpass occur on our screens. The issue I do see with this map, though, is you don't have that one definitive side where you go onto and you're like, this is when we start winning. So EyeBallers don't have that massive advantage of a CT side Overpass, but the idea of momentum still remains the same. And here we go. Let's have it.
2 rounds is definitely a lot to make you feel a bit more comfortable, bringing that to a 2-round deficit instead of 4. But now, oh my god, Bambosh, he just rolled up and blew off Heap's head, as one does. And that's numbers advantage for 9 here. Gonna be happy with that one, but peppzorlul will trade it out as he's taken a bit of a sneaky push in through mid here. They've pinned it in so nicely. B side completely free and clear. A retake from 9 has to come through. Huge advantage for EyeBallers as they can push up a little bit, take that space. No one really on the lurk at the moment. Might see that come into play a little bit later on as K tries to take some of the space here. Ooh, position slightly telegraphed, getting it spammed a little bit, but nothing connecting just yet. It's a great opportunity to try and find an opening for himself, but it's JW who will get that kill. And I mean, I think 9 just looking to try and hold on to these weapons. Try and get some exits if they can at the absolute most, because this round is in the bag.
Yeah, I love a good save, and this round should have been a 3-man save. I don't understand why you have 1 player on ramp, 1 player deep middle, and then 1 player close on B at the end. Like, why is K still hanging around? If you have 3 rifles going into this next round, you can reset yourself very easily and still repurchase in. But as soon as we have what's just happened right here, with like K dying, you only have 2 rifles. Big disaster. However, the biggest disaster is their lack of mid control. peppzorlul just walks up middle. Like, just there's no one to obstruct him whatsoever. He gets the kill. There's 2 players on the B bomb site, completely tunnel vision towards ramp after that inaugural push. And yes, Bambosh is amazing with that first kill, but it's his mid player who completely neglects his duties, and that's a 7th round for EyeBallers. Sam, history is repeating itself.
Oh, 9 has not learned from the past. You know what? I can't even say that with a straight face. This has been a very chaotic matchup between these 2 teams from the first map all the way into here, and we're not done just yet. 2 rifles still at 9. Yeah, we've seen them do more with less. As Navrot will get the first kill of the round. Yeah, Heap taken off the board, and Heap's been a little bit of a thorn in their side. Not necessarily the highest fragger, but has had some very impactful kills so far, as JW will also take a bullet straight to the dome. A 3-player advantage for 9. They came into this at such a large deficit. EyeBallers still have control. They still have the advantage, but K with yet another kill. What?
Uh,
Has he really gone and done that? Has he really gone and brought them the round win?
I
Nah,
am
fam.
in disbelief. I just want to start at the very beginning of that last round. Heap. He hears Narot drop down. You can tell he's very acutely aware of that push because Narot jumps down onto the fire, onto like the fire box, like the crane box, but you cannot get down that silently. So he makes a noise about 3 seconds before he peeks Heap. How is Heap not winning that battle? How is he not getting any damage off? And then we turn our attention to the A-bomb site. JW got caught lacking, and then K pushes the smoke and gap, gets down into yellow, and is able to evade everyone's gaze. And even when they know he's there, he still gets 3 kills with the 5-7. He's carrying them, but it doesn't matter. He's winning them the rounds, but in this one, he's actually the first to fall. Now his team are going to have to see if they can win it without him.
I'm still reeling off of that last round. Just absolute scenes here in the ESL Challenger League. But we focus back in. Still just a 2-round deficit here. Eyeballers need to try to close this gap. A little bit of utility coming through here to force Navrot off of his position. But the space hasn't been retaken as Minyo off screen will get another kill and bring 9 into an advantageous position. Eyeballers have garnered no space yet. They're nowhere near sight. They haven't been able to move so much as an inch. 9 have completely stopped them in their tracks, and now they stall out. Look for an opening. Cut noise. And see where they choose to regress to.
Question now, do eyeballers expect sandbags? And the answer is no. Tamiko shall be mollowed, and his teammate dies on the A-bomb site, and there's no immediate rotation. Minio on what, 18 HP? He has to give this up. He can't fight right away. Bomb's gonna get planted. peppzorlul's gonna be on site guarding his teammate, and how is this round potentially winnable? Minio, the aforementioned IGL on such low HP does not matter, because his cranium gets burst open, and what? How? 2 versus 4, and eyeballers clutch it out.
I feel like the match between these teams gets more and more unhinged as the map goes on. Like we saw it on Overpass as well. Like things start a little bit rough, you know, back and forth a little bit. 9, for the most part, holding the control. We get into the second half and all hell breaks loose. And we're seeing it again on Vertigo. Like it started off alright, cool. Things are looking fairly normal. Sure, some things could be better, but you know, it's looking like Counter-Strike. Now, again, it's looking like the clowns have rolled up in the clown car. And it's just pure chaos. And honestly, I'm here for it. I love chaos. I live for the chaos. But, 9 not going to be too happy, all things considered.
I wouldn't be too happy either, to be honest. Like, I'd be pretty tilted. And once again, I kind of mentioned it. And I don't know if I mentioned... I think I mentioned it at half and I mentioned it right there. Kai, he dies early. He gets the 1-for-1, and I'm like, will his team be able to do it without him? That's the worry I have. Because let's take a look at the scoreboard right now. You have one player, Kai, 24-11. Fantastic. Amazing. Life is good. And then you have Minio on 12 kills, and everyone else below double digits. Alarm bells start to ring, because... CT side especially, it's very difficult to have it a one-man show. On the T side, fair enough. He was getting entries, yada yada yada, doing it for his squad. Take a look at Eyeballs. Yes, they do have peppzorlul who's leading the charge, but it's a little bit more consistent across the board. And I think that's what scares me the most about 9 right now, is that lack of consistency. So, as we head into this gun round, I'm looking at other players that is not key, and Narod is maybe answering me a little bit as he runs into a Molotov and eventually is felled by Shine.
Oh, Sapek eats a few bullets there at the bottom of ramp, but does manage to escape with his life. Now Bambosh, it's a fairly telegraphed position, but they do have to check for it. Don't spot the shoulder on the walker. peppzorlul spots one towards mid. They don't check, and Bambosh only good for 1. And unfortunately, it's just not enough to help his team claw back. There's only 2 players left alive here for 9. And honestly, just call another save. Just back out. Call it a day. We'll see you in the next one, as it's 9-9 for Eyeballers. Maybe a few exits if you can get them. In fact, don't even risk it, right? There you go. Turn around, walk away. Just, this round never happened. We go next.
I'm a big kind of like save. Like when you're in these positions, I get so tilted when teams do something in an attempt to get an exit or whatnot. Like, your money's trash. If you get an exit, they still have 3 players remaining. 3 combined to 2. Who cares? Eyeballers, they make it 9-9. You need to be thinking more about your economy rather than the opposition's. And like, that round is a very clear example of KEiiiii is the one player. They go towards the B bomb site, and it gets a bit rough. What I want to highlight a little bit. So, did you see that smoke at the top of B ramp? So, it was a smoke that normally doesn't allow anyone to get past, but it was a little bit too deep. What it meant is that peppzorlul could jump up on the railings, and there was freedom. Like, they were not scared to push through that. Normally, anyone sees that smoke and they go, look, I'm not going to push that. And that's the reason why bambosh kind of got left a little bit by himself, because his teammates instantly gets killed by kind of like unexpected push. However, let's forget about that. Let's forget about that little mistake, and Nine head back into another round where they have rifles because of those 2 saved, and they're instantly in with a man advantage because of a superb pick towards the B bomb site. However, peppzorlul has taken the space through middle with the understanding that there was 2 players towards the B bomb site, but bambosh, amazing from him, cancels out that lurk, and a great smoke timing on JW gives KEiiiii the 5 versus 2.
Some solid util coming through there. Good pop flashes, but yeah, it looks like this round is basically over. Sapek gonna see if he can get something done here. When did that happen? Oh, all right.
What a shot.
Yeah, that was quite absurd. But, I mean, surely there's not too much he can get done here, right? All alone over on ramp. Surely we get a 1-2-3 swing. Don't even need a 1-2-3 swing. KEiiiii will just sneak up behind him and blow his head off. And there you go. 9 reclaiming the lead in this half. It really has been quite topsy-turvy. But yeah, as mentioned, some really good util in that round in particular, just to give them that little bit of an advantage that they can play off of. How do eyeballers respond to this now? Things are getting really dire for them. They're going to force into this, but that's all of their cash gone. Losing this round is going to put them in such a tight spot. In fact, if they lose this round, it's more than likely GG. So they have to come out on top of this one if they want that lifeline.
Yep, I completely agree, and it's going to be a very fast play up towards Gap. Sapek dodges the flashbang, but he cannot dodge the bullet. Now, continuing on, the issue is, maybe that's the problem for Nine. They're hanging around for a little bit too long, but this time the flashbangs do connect, and Narot isolates the jewels. JW caught as the smoke fades. Don't know how he's still alive, and finally he does get felled. Eyeballers, they try quicken up the pace, but they're only left with 1 frag and just looking into the abyss.
Still on just a deagle. He's not going to be long for this world. Already eaten so many bullets, and yet he's still the last one left alive. Tries to play it safe for so long, but ultimately it will be Nine who walk away with that round, and it's one of their cleaner rounds. 4 players left alive is good news, and it's especially good news for their econ, because things are starting to look a little bit dodgy for them as well. Now eyeballers are going to have to eco here. They have absolutely nothing to work with, so they have to save that cash, and hopefully they can bring it back in the next round. And unfortunately, they haven't done enough. They came into this guns blazing, but unfortunately, they haven't been able to bring themselves into a favorable position, or at least not favorable enough. We'll see if they can do some damage here, maybe get an upgrade or 2, just to assist them into the next. Because, I mean, this should realistically be a very easy 9-round win. I say that. We've seen some really crazy shenanigans on pistols.
However, when it is 5 Glocks, which, by the way, I love, because what's the point of buying a P250 in this round, and you can miss out on a flashbang or smoke in the next. I love the fact they've got 5 Glocks, but, again, it's 5 Glocks, and you're not really anticipating too much. Bomb down would be really ideal. However, with already 1 frag going against them, and with the nukes being involved in this round, Nico playing up close shouldn't be an issue. Does lose his life from Sapek, who hangs it up, but apart from that, it should be hunky-dory. Nice, I guess, fair play from Shine. The fact they get 2 kills on a full Glock round is actually quite admirable. They're doing better on full Glocks, full AKs, and that is really affirmed by Shine putting it into a 1 versus 2. So a lot of damage has been instilled now. 9, they'll have a buy regardless, obviously, in the next. But that leads us into maybe like round 23 if Eyeballers do win the next round. Their money's not going to be completely fresh. So finally, KEiiiii brings us back to normality. They're on match point. However, Eyeballers, can they just take that success into this gun round now?
If Shine got another one there, that would have been absolutely magical. Because as you say,
yeah.
right, for a Glock round, for them to get 3 kills, normally in an isolated system, you'd be pretty damn happy with that. Unfortunately, this late in the game doesn't make the biggest impact in the world, but it does allot them that tiniest little bit of extra cash to reinvest into this round. And this is it. This is do or die. Map point for 9 here. If 9 win this, we will go to Anubis. Eyeballers need 3 back-to-back rounds to take us into OT and then potentially steal the map away. We're still a ways off from that. See if they can at the very least get this round. Everything comes down to this one. And they slow it down. No advanced space taken just yet. Waiting, trying to bait out some of that utility where they can. Trying to get some sneaky picks. Fake a little bit. See if they can find an opening to exploit.
She just missed their nade. Like, it doesn't matter because it does no on white box, but they actually did just miss one of their nades, which is, you know, never great. We've seen quite a bit of misutility this game, but
yeah,
my pedantics aside, it's a nice little mid boost right now for 9. They've got good information, but they're not going to be rewarded with that for anything. There's no one that seems to be poking and prodding towards middle, and right now, Eyeballers, they're creeping their way up a ramp. The first contact should be KEiiiii. 28 frags. He cannot miss the beat now. Utility comes in. They're surging through. First one goes down. Lovely flashbang supports him. Narok gets one himself, and KEiiiii, 31 frags he finds. Heap left into a 1 versus 5. He's claimed the first, but it's dire straits for him. KEiiiii, can he continue and get even further frags? And he does. I said he can't miss a beat, and he does not. 32 and 12. The poll shows the Swedes what is good.
32 and 12. What an absolutely absurd KD to end on for the poll. But you know what? He's going to be happy with that one. And of course, 9 going to be feeling super confident off the back of that one. It was a little bit closer than they would have.